Hey, how's it going? My name's BradDraws, and today's video I'm going to be showing my first published book, which is now available on Amazon. If you want to go check it out for yourselves, you can. There'll be a link in the description. But yeah, it's available pretty much worldwide on Amazon, and we'll just get straight into it. So I've been working on this book for over a year, but I did start properly developing it this year and putting it all together, and now it's finished, obviously, as you can see here. But today's video I'm going to give you kind of like a quick look at what I did to put it all together, tell you everything that I did, the process from start to finish, and I'm going to give you a cool idea of what it is and what to expect, really. So this is it. This is the finished version right here. This is technically the version before the last, because the last version now exists, but I don't currently own it. But this is pretty much it, and this is the cover. So the cover is really looking nice here. There's a cool Anarchy logo on the back there. Obviously I didn't want to put too much on the back, because obviously you could put like writing about the thing, but I just wanted to keep it plain and simple because it's just an issue. If it was a volume I probably would write something on here, but I just wanted to keep it simple, really. So yeah, this is it. I wanted to do this for a long time. I've been doing it since 2016, 2015. Obviously I've wanted to put something like this together quite a while, and one of the main things that really troubled me was kind of finding out where to get it done. Obviously you can publish through a company, or you can self-publish, and I've chose to self-publish because it's so much easier to do, and I don't think I'd have too much trouble trying to share my work on here, because obviously luckily I have this channel and I can just post it here anyway. So anyway, this is Faith. It began like any other comic would begin, really. You don't have to do anything too advanced. But this is the manuscript, the sort of sketched out version of it. This is how I started Faith, and I started this back in, I think, February or March this year, 2020. This is the entire comic, but illustrated. So yeah, this is this is what it looks like. This is pretty much every illustration I did. So I started by doing it by hand. Obviously I did the entire comic, and what I did was I didn't actually draw the speech bubbles on each frame. I just did them as a piece of art, because obviously if you're putting a speech bubble on there, then it's kind of gonna get in the way of the artwork. So I do the artwork as a full piece, and then I put the bubble on digitally when I do it digitally. But I do note down the what I want the characters to say. Obviously I've changed some of these up over time, so it's kind of like noting down what they'd be saying, and when I go to do it digitally and type it up, I can sort of edit one word to change up what it says, and maybe I got the spelling wrong on something there and I can fix it digitally. But yeah, this is it. This is a whole 22-page comic as well, so there's 22 pages of just artwork. I did a lot of artwork for Faith. So every page has about 8 or 9 panels, frames, whatever you want to call them, and yeah, there's just a lot of artwork that went into this, and this is the Faith art style. So I kind of came up with my own art style for this story because I wanted to tell this since beginning of last year, and I didn't want to just use a basic art style that someone else had already created or something like that. I wanted to develop my own. That's what I did here. So there's kind of like a unique style with the eyes as well, as you may have noticed. And yeah, so this is one of the shocking scenes. I won't spoil too much of this if I can, so I'll probably just not show the last few pages. So yeah, this is kind of an idea of how I sketched it out by hand. Anyway, there's the dog that's in the story as well. That's one of my favourite characters, Milo. And what I did after I finished was I just started noting down stuff to do with issue 2. I shouldn't really show that, but yeah, that's the sketched version. And what I did then was, obviously I use a digital drawing app on my phone, because I've been doing digital on my phone. This whole thing was done on a phone, just to let you know. I don't use any of the like proper stuff or anything, even though I should. But yeah, digital art wise, I illustrate by hand and I scan it in, and then obviously I use an app to like cut around the panel so it fits exactly with the right size that I want, and then I digitalize it. So I redo the entire drawing but digitalize it and color and everything, because this is full color. I could have done black and white, but I wanted to sort of keep the color there, because I don't know, I'd rather do color. I'm a color person, so that's what I did here. But anyway, going into the actual comic, and I'm going to show this now. This is the finished cover. So I did with this cover, I didn't actually do this all as one piece. I did these two characters as their own thing. So say if I were to remove this character, you'd see an arm here and a hand and everything. But yeah, these are two separate pieces, and then I put them both together. I did this cool sort of like pattern background that you see, which is colours that represent the Faith character, because every character in this story has their own sort of colour theme. So Roger's, for example, that's the character's name, Roger. His is red, and you can see it kind of outlined around him. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna go and look into the book. So when I got this made through Amazon, that's how I chose at the end. I chose Amazon because I didn't really want to get it published with someone else. It's obviously a personal choice what you want to do, but the reason I chose Amazon was availability, because I'd rather the book be available in as many places as possible, and Amazon's pretty much worldwide, so it just made it a lot easier, to be honest. And the book came out great as well, so that's kind of why I chose that. But when I started doing it, obviously there's a website called Amazon KDP if you want to take a look at that for your own work. It's pretty simple to use. It was a bit complicated because there's certain like file types that they allow for putting the whole thing together, and if I'm honest, I had to put the whole book together about 10 times just to get it right and go through a few errors and stuff like that. Like there was a bit where like a black border would pop on in certain places, and I had to completely like fix everything, but I done it, I finished it, and yeah, Amazon KDP is a really cool website. I'd check that out if you're interested in doing your own thing with Amazon. I really like it, and that's why I chose it. But when you do that, you have to get a proof copy, and that's what I did here. Obviously, to make sure everything's put together properly. So it just says not for resale. So I don't know why that's there, to be honest, because I can order author copies, which is just the same thing, but without that bar. But this is pretty much the same thing. Only difference is a few like word edits, and this cover's completely different in the final. Well, this first page in the final version. But this is what the book actually looks like now. So this is all the digital artwork that I did over the last 6-7 months, just put together in these like page templates, which I did myself. So I made my own canvas. I put every single image on there, and I put these black borders around every single image, so you can see like it looks kind of cool and neat there. But yeah, this is the whole thing, pretty much just put together page by page. You've got the whole book pretty much, which is awesome. It looks awesome. And I had at the end, I put a to be continued with a piece of artwork I did last year, which I've always wanted to use that, so it's now there. And I did editor notes. If you want to read any of them, feel free to pause. But the last page as well is just more stuff with, yeah, I had to put that in. And then that's it pretty much. So it's a pretty simple process really, putting one of these together. It's not as hard as you think. It may look like it's something that's going to take a long time, but it's one of those things where if you look into it, you can sort of figure it out within time, like I did. I went through the whole thing without looking at tutorials, and this is the result pretty much. And yeah, as always, this is the final copy. So this is the final version. It doesn't have that bar on it, and the first page says BradDraws presents Faith. So that's that pretty much. But yeah, Amazon KDP, it's a good website. I like it. I wouldn't say it's the best in the world, because there's probably a lot of other companies out there that do like better print quality. Like they actually focus on doing comics, because Amazon's more for written books mainly, but they do comics as well. I don't know, it's kind of complicated, but the process of getting it done through there is you kind of need to meet certain standards with putting the book together. Like when you want to piece it all together, you have to like meet a quality standard. So you need to make sure everything's the right size, like all the pixel size is within a couple of few thousand, and everything's dead clear when it comes out, because pretty much what you see digitally when you've done it is what you'll see when it's printed out. And yeah, I made sure you could read the words on the final version, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's it. That's Faith issue 1. I just wanted to kind of show this off because I've only just finished this book, and I'm kind of just in the process of celebrating Faith because it exists now as a finished thing. But yeah, that's it. This is the sort of like a quick sort of preview of the finished version. If you're interested in getting it, you can go and check out the link in the description on Amazon, because yeah, I did it worldwide. Oh, and another thing I'll just add in here at the end is, because obviously it's done through Amazon, it means that when you do order these, or when you sell them on to other people, they can be printed in different locations. So this one was done in the UK, and this one, which it actually has a nicer finish on the cover than this one, surprisingly. Like the colours more richer, but you might be able to tell, I'm not sure, but the colours are richer here. And this one was printed in Poland, surprisingly, so that's pretty cool. It's awesome to sort of have the book available everywhere as a print on demand thing, which means that anyone can just buy it, and they use your files that you've made, you put it together, and they send it to the person. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This has been a quick look preview at the finished version of Faith, a book that I've been developing for over a year now, with ideas that I've come up with myself. Thanks for watching today's video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Probably a Faith video. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.